Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Dave, DLC Dave, and welcome back to episode 9, the ninth chapter of Rise of the Phoenix Football Manager 2017 Let's Play, where we take Phoenix Sports Football Club from the Isthmian Division 1 North, hopefully all the way to the Premier League and beyond. Now then, the last time you saw us was the FA Cup second round along with the FA Trophy. Two victories, two good victories, one against Leamington and one against Swindon. Since then, we have played probably about 7 or 8 games, and we'll now have a look at how we've been getting on. Okay, so as you can see, it's been pretty decent after that Swindon 2-0 victory. We beat Hanwell in the Isthmian League Cup third round 5-0, pretty comfortable, very comfortably. We then beat Southport at home 4-0. And then followed a couple of tight games away at Hendon, a 2-1 win, and Bognor Regis a 1-0 win. Dan Ryder with that goal. That's it, he is back from injury now, Dan, which is a great thing. A very good win, home win against Leatherhead, 6-0. And then two draws. Lowestoft, a 0-0 draw, couldn't break them down. They were very resolute, and they stopped us from scoring, and they did their job, and fair play to them. The Walton Casuals game was a very late equaliser by John Rince Ryler after a very early goal from Regan Cole. Since then, we've done two very good results. Corby at home 4-1 after we were helped a bit by the red card to Joe Rathbone, and then a 5-0 home victory against Met Police, which is a very good result given the fact that they are quite high up in the league. Now then, there's been a couple of things going on. As we are into January, there's been some transfer business going on. As you can see, Regan Cole, I have accepted a bid from West Brom. It's not a big bid, £90,000, but we will receive 50% sell-on clause and we'll have a friendly agreed. We're limited by the fact that his contract is running out at the end of the season, so we couldn't get a huge fee for him. But I have absolutely made sure that we will get a fee, and that the clause will be in the contract about the 50%. So we get a big sell-on fee if he moves on after this move to West Brom, and we also get a friendly, which will be done in the closed season, which will boost finances also. There has been a lot of other bids for Dan Ryder, Sinton, Smith, Johnson, Herbert. They have asked to leave. Herbert and Johnston are both asked to leave. So I can see, I know what I have done is I have promised Johnson that he can move when a bid to Fulham comes in, because they are interested, but as yet, after I told them that, they haven't made a bid. Now, so a little tip for you if you want to try and keep some of the players is tell them you're happy to move them on if that particular club comes in, and then they are happy, and then they are not actually made unhappy by the fact that other clubs come in and you reject them because they are waiting for that one club. So as of yet, Fulham have yet to make a bid, so he is still happy to be at the club, and he is contracted here for another 18 months. I mean, secretly, I'm not gonna accept the bid even if it comes in. So he will be unhappy at some point, but I'm hopeful that we can try and tie him down to contract if the interest dries up. Other than that, Dan Ryder's had offers, but there's just no chance. Chris Sinton's had offers, but it hasn't kicked off in any way. He's enjoying playing for the club. He's only young as well. I think it's because both Chris Sinton and Dan Ryder, because they're on youth contracts and they've already agreed a deal to sign. They will sign a full-time contract. We don't need to actually they won't kick off because they've agreed a deal. That's how Foot Manager seems to work it. Obviously, he is developing very nicely. He did have that injury early on in the season, that twisted ankle, which threw him out for a few weeks, but he's come back now and is scoring goals left, right, and centre. Nathan Smith has also picked up an injury, which I think will rule him out of actually moving, but he's here until 2020 anyway, which is really good. Obviously, his development has been hindered slightly by his injury, but I'm sure he'll come back in no time. There's also been a couple of other bits that have gone on. I mentioned, I think you saw in the last episode, that I had my contracts renewed. So what I have done when I renewed that contract was managed to get in the philosophy of improving our own players using the club's youth system. 'Cause what that will do is it'll make it more likely that if the option comes up that I can improve training facilities or youth facilities, that they will accept and they will do that because it matches a philosophy that they agreed to. So it just sort of helps you along your way. And as you can also see there, a big thing for the club is that the board have agreed to become professional, which will be at the end of this season. So 23rd of June is the date, and that'll be a great thing for the club. It will help with fitness. It will help with tying down these players to longer deals, hopefully. It'll really help the club going forward, and I hope that when we do that, we should be getting promoted because we are a good distance clear of second place with about 20 games remaining. We are very dominant in this league, not as dominant as we were in last league, but still we still are a cut above. So today, I think that deals with all the news. We have got some injuries at the moment, unfortunately, particularly in midfield. But I'll run you through the team in just a second. Okay, so as you can see, we've got Olawale in goal, Sean Long and Espinoza as the fullbacks, Matthew Johnson and Stephen Arthur Worry at the back. Regan Cole and Paul Phillips are in the midfield today. Not my ideal starting midfield, but we are limited due to the injuries to Peacock, Sinton, and Good, which has meant that Cole had to drop back and Paul Phillips also had to drop back from his usual attacking midfield berth. Paul Herbert is on the right. Ben Beachley comes in attacking midfield spot. Uh, Tom Anderson is on the left, all in behind Dan Ryder. So we're going to get right into the game now. It's a big game for the club. We're at home to Bradford, who are, I think they're a League One team, and I'm sure when I looked at it before that they were doing very well in League One. Not so well anymore though. It looks like they must have had a little patchy spell after a good start to the season. Seems to go on well. Lots of draws and then not many wins really. Only that one league win in about what 12 games maybe. So maybe we do have a chance here. I mean, we are at home. Unfortunately, I'd rather be away because of the extra finances, but you never know. So I'm gonna go for the home. Oh, yeah, yes, I have remembered that the subs. Don't think I haven't, but we don't have enough players, so we're only naming 6 subs for this one. So we're going to get right into the game now. It's Phoenix Sports Football Club against Bradford City. Martin Tyler. And it's live. Right then, let's do this. Right, let's do the team talk. Pick up where we left off. Some players are happy. Other players are listening keenly. Ben Bitch is listening passionately. I don't know what that means, to be honest. Teams are all coming out here now into the lineups. I always skip this, and there we go. And they kick off. We are in our home green kit, shooting from right to left to start this first half. Okay, Dan Ryder's broke his finger. We're gonna ignore that. We're gonna leave him on because he can play through that. That's fine. Oh, boys, it reminds me of Ronaldo. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, we're actually playing against Ronaldo, boys. I just realised he went on loan to Bradford. Oh no, it's not gonna. It's gonna happen, isn't it? I can't score against us. That would be horrific. Right, I'm sorry about that. Actually, I've just realised. Okay, come on, Ronaldo. You know what? Oh my God, we've stolen the ball early on, and Dan Ryder should score that. He had so much time on his right foot. He just probably let down a little bit by his lack of composure. Oh wow, that was a big chance. But we started well. 25 minutes into the game now. Paul Phillips plays in Beachley. Ryder's in again here, and this time he can't. He got out the stadium. I think that went. Poor passer by. Just Jesus, Dan. Where's your composure? Just calmly into the corner. Why not? Right, but we are creating chance, which is a good sign. Espinoza crosses it in, and Doyle deals with it. I haven't actually had a look at their team besides the revelation of Ronaldo. But while I'm talking, Dan Ryder is still again, and this time, third time's a charm. He finds the bottom corner. Great ball by Paul Phillips, and he got free in behind the defence. And from the edge of the area, probably his hardest chance. He shook it really well, just outside of the area. As you can see, he found that bottom corner. Very powerful strike. And we are leading 1-0 here against the League One outfit. Heading into, well, 5 minutes now to half time. And it's been a really good performance from us. We limited Bradford to hardly anything. Ronaldo's probably wondering what he's done. Why has he left this club? So we'll do our team talk. Not a bad one, although a couple of players aren't listening, but you know, probably for the best, to be honest. Okay, so we start second half, obviously now from left to right. A bit to Phillips. This will be the pointless start of game, or start of half highlight, I think. Yes, still picks it up. Now we have a corner here. Herbert plays it in. It is cleared, but they've left nobody up, so Sean Long picks it up, no problem. Arthur Worry into Beachley, keeping the ball quite nicely, although not anymore. Cole finds Beachley again to Herbert. Ryder's through here. Ryder's got a chance, and he finds Doyle. It was a great move there. It was a very, very good passing move. We recycled the ball really well from the corner that got cleared, and we just kept on ticking along. And Ryder made a great run, just can't finish. And that seems to be a little bit something that's creeped into his game. Just lots of chances, but not being able to finish them all quite yet. Boyce has the corner, and Olawale catches the ball comfortably. Now then, Arthur Worry has this ball now. He's throwing it out to him, to Beachley, up to Ryder. He hasn't done many options there, really. And he was tackled. Now, Fosu, that's not Fosu Mensah, is it? Bear with me. I need to have a look at that team. No, it's Tariq Fosu. They've got Luke Moore, I think is that the ex Aston Villa man. Way back when, yes. He's had a varied career, I'd say. Turkey, USA, well, Canada really. Who else have they got? James Meredith, I think I seem to recognise him from somewhere. Stephen Darby, the ex-Liverpool man. Yes, ex-Liverpool youth player. Other than that, Billy Clark was on the pitch. Other than that, I'm not too sure. Not too many of them. Obviously, their squad won't be vastly different from what it is now because we're only in the second season. I'm a little bit worried. I've just paused this and I can see White streaking through. Oh no, completely different to what I thought was happening there when I when I paused it. And then Ryder is making space, but he's got a lot to do from there. Although he does it magnificently. Dan Ryder, what a goal! That was sensational. It was a good ball to him by Anderson, but from there it was all about Dan Ryder, super Dan Ryder. He just kept going with it, and again, probably his two hardest chances of the game. He has found the net, and we're lead 2-0 now with 30 minutes to play. Now, I'm actually not going to make any changes. Our squad is pretty stretched at the moment, and the players on the bench are not of sufficient quality to be able to provide a good backup. It looks like there's going to be one more chance here in the 90th minute. There's going to be one minute added on, and Beachley has it. He finds Espinoza. He moves it across to Anderson. He finds Phillips. Ryder now back to Cole, sitting in that deeper role in midfield. Now, so back to Beachley, to Long, to Phillips. Now Anderson is through here. He squares it to Dan Ryder for the hat-trick. And it ended up being a fantastic day for the young man. It didn't look like it was going to start like that when he missed those two chances early doors. But very unselfish play from Anderson. And for some reason, I don't know, Ben Beachley just to allow Ryder to go into it. Must have got a shout. And it's a 3-0 win here at home to the League One side. No, what I don't think I mentioned was that the fact that the same thing happened this year, I think happened last year, was that the pitch was actually waterlogged for the actual game that was going to be done on the Saturday. They were playing this on the Tuesday night, so we do actually know who we are facing, and I'll just continue that on until you see that. As you can see, we are drawn against West Brom, the team that it looks like Regan Cole is going to be going to. They are a Premier League side. They are ninth in the Premier League, so it's going to be a huge ask. Again, we are at home, unfortunately, but it's going to be a real big ask of the club. So look at any interesting signings they might have made. They spent a bit of money. Fabian Shaw, I think, is a centre back. Yeah. Emiliano Insua, is that left back? Yeah, another ex-Liverpool. Yes. So again, very varied. Other than that, it doesn't look like they've done a great deal. That was this season. Last year, Lee Griffiths, Aaron Lennon, interestingly, Charlie Taylor, but pretty. Yeah, you could see that, couldn't you? Yeah. think he's gone to Burnley in real life. But yeah, they're a very, very solid Premier League side, and it'll be a huge, huge occasion. The biggest club we have faced by a distance, really. And it's going to be a great game. And that'll probably be where we pick up next episode. So it's only a few weeks away. And we are in January, so some things could happen in terms of transfers going out as well. I'll let you know if that does happen. And I think that will do it. So if you have enjoyed this episode, then please leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at DLCDave1. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.